just extremely anxious the entire time I do it. Anxiety. Welcome to my channel. As you can obviously already tell by the title, today I'm just going to take you through my first time using the gun and hopefully this goes smoothly. I'm both very nervous and excited, but first I had a little hold up with the gun and got antsy. So I started this project and this is all punch needle. And since I've last seen you guys, with the help of my stepdad, definitely did not do this on my own, built a frame to fit the cloth that I usually like to get, measured it out, made it a little bit smaller. On this side, the edges come over a little bit, so I have enough room to stretch it out, but not waste any fabric. That's the whole sheet. Okay, we are ready to go. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I am. So as you can see, I've threaded the yarn through. A lot of videos I watched said that you should use 2 strings of yarn, but if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I kind of like to cut corners a little bit. I just didn't want to have to separate my yarn. I only have one of the color that I want to try, so anyway, we've got that going. Next, we're just gonna try this out, so let's do that. Okay, so I've been messing around with it a little bit. Definitely gonna take a little bit of trial and error. I'm still trying to figure out how to work it. This is what we got so far. So yeah, it's a mess. This is what we're going for. You want it looped on this side. I'm definitely having a hard time figuring out like the pressure, and if you mess it up, then you end up just ripping the fabric and there's not much going back from there. So I think instead of these letters, I'm just gonna mess around and try and figure out the pressure and working this gun out because I definitely need some practice. But this is what it looks like from the other side, and it's still like fluffy. I just need to figure myself out. So yeah, we're gonna mess around with that a little bit more. We are gonna swap the yarn over to these 2 colors. Okay, we got the double color. That's my best line yet. So now that I've been messing around with it for a little bit, you can see that it is already improving. I think I finally figured it out. So this is before, just a mess. And then this is after. I found that the 2 pieces of yarn makes it way easier, seems to hold in the holes better. So yeah, definitely double string it up. I really like the effect that using the 2 different colors, that's cool. I would say you just need a lot of pressure. You gotta really be pushing in and honestly just practice. So I think I'm just gonna keep practicing. And this is the other side. Oh my goodness. I am loving how this is looking. So it looks like when you double up the string like that, it's gonna do stripes, which is really cool. This is going well. At this point, I've put a couple hours of trying to figure out this gun and practicing. Just go over some of the things I am learning thus far. When I originally started, I was only using 1 piece of yarn. So then I moved to trying 2 and it works way better. Highly recommend. Always use 2. It goes quicker, it looks fuller, and it seems to go through the holes way better. I am using monk cloth. As this is my first project with my gun, I'm used to working with punch needle. My only issue with the cloth is that it doesn't hold its tightness very well. The tighter your fabric is, the easier it's going to be to get the gun to work smoothly. And the issue with monk cloth is it seems no matter how you hold it up, I've tried the carpet strips and I've tried stapling it like crazy. This is like stapled a million times around, which is going to be so much fun to take off. It seems like no matter what method I try, monk cloth just does not hold its tightness. It slowly comes unraveled. It seems like the gun is working so hard, like against the fabric, that the fabric is moving so much that it's making holes. I will be trying out on actual tufting cloth next time. Since I'm cheap and don't want to waste the rest of my cloth, I have been determined to at least get some tester projects out of this piece. I just added 2 more lighters. They're a little bit smaller. As you can see, these are my punch needle pieces. They're so clean, they're so beautiful. So I thought I would do some with the gun to kind of compare the difference between punch needle and the gun. I have these pieces. This probably took me just over an hour, which is honestly still extremely impressive to me because that's a good 20+ hours of work. And if I were to punch needle that, that would have at least taken 3 to 4 hours, and that's probably being nice. Probably would have took longer. The amount of time that it takes with the gun to the punch needle, can't even comprehend. But I'm interested to to see the difference in how the finished product looks because these are so clean and so beautiful. But we'll take a look at the back side to see how they're going. So these are the punch needle pieces. I love how clean I'm able to make it. Instead of giving a loop effect, it cuts with little scissors as it goes through and keeps it all fluffy. But as I was saying with the monk cloth earlier, I still am having issues with it creating holes, and I am really interested with how this is going to work out in the end. And hopefully this goes smoothly. This is so nerve-wracking. Like if I fuck up, I'm like, the piece is done. What? That was quick though. I just did basically what took me an hour in like 10 seconds. Oh, and actually from the front, it doesn't look as bad as it does. Oh no, this is nerve-wracking. I've gone too far. I don't know what to do. Just keep going. Okay. It's all going good till it's not. It's a little rough. One more thing, for the yarn, I like using the Super Value acrylic yarn from Michaels. I'm in Canada and it's about $6 a roll, not very expensive. This is one of my past pieces that I used with the acrylic yarn, and I just love how fluffy and full and soft and lovely it is. This side is looped, and then I tried this side shaved down, and acrylic holds up really well, so that's my choice that I go with. But they come in rolls like this, and that's an issue when you're using the gun because you need the string to just be flying out and not getting tangled up. What I have done for that is I just have a little box, and what you want to do is just make sure that it's just pulling from the center of the hole, and then it won't have an issue coming out. Two little ones in there, and then I've been pulling them from the front, and they both pull out of here, which is connected over to my gun. I have found with putting them in the box, it is awesome. It keeps them still, and I haven't had any issues doing this entire thing with my yarn getting mixed up or stuck or anything. I've been collecting all my scraps in this little bucket, and I plan on using them for pillows or stuffing, or I know I'm gonna need these in the future, and it feels like such a waste to waste all that yarn. Save your yarn for other projects. Now I think that's all the information I need to give, and I'm going to continue on going. See, here's the issue I'm having. See all those holes? It's really hard to not break this fabric with this gun. I'm still somehow able to do it, so I'm just really hoping I'm still gonna be able to cover that in. It's definitely messy. Loaded up, we have decided we are going with a red. I got my gun loaded, and I got my bucket full of my 2 red yarns. And I really hope this goes smoothly. I'm scared. That was so good. Okay, keep on going. Here's the progress. Pretty happy with how this is coming along. Looks pretty rough on this side, but look at that. It is coming along. Another part that you can tell that I don't like about the monk cloth, because it's making all the holes, you can see it leaves all these like white fibers from the monk cloth. So that means that I'm gonna have to go in and clean that all up. And I know I keep talking about how it's so much faster than my punch needle, and like obviously, but I could not comprehend that this took me 5 minutes and coloring those in with the punch needle took 5 hours. So we're gonna keep coloring this guy in and loving how this is coming out. Have so far. I have officially ran out of my second ball of yarn. We're down to just the one. So I'm now going to spend a little time separating that yarn into 2 balls so I can continue and finish this, but I will show you. I love how it is coming through, but it's like pulling forward because it's so heavy, and that's just because the monk cloth won't hold its tightness. So I'm going to work on getting the red yarn all separated so we can continue this. We rolled them up, and I went ahead and just finished the red, and I finished the white outline. This is an update on the mess. But we have decided to go with this blue color. Some things that I will note is that I am definitely having some issues in some places with there being like holes, and I don't really want to take the time to fix that or sew that, so I think I'm just gonna hope for the best and just try and glue it really good. I know these first pieces are going to be rough, and I wasn't even planning on making a first piece with this board, so I'm just gonna see how it goes, and hopefully actual tufting cloth is gonna work better than this. but it looks pretty freaking good from the back. I definitely have to work on straight lines. She a little chunky compared to those perfect beauties. We're trying. We're gonna keep going. Time to do the blue and finish up the little last pieces. We are all colored in, but we have stumbled across some issues. As I was talking about when I was working on it, all the holes created these giant, I can literally stick my hand through this rug. I'm just making it worse, but it doesn't matter because I don't have the patience to fix that. And it's my first piece anyway, so I'm not even gonna bother. But as you can see, we've got lots of good holes in here. I think this one's okay, so I might try finishing that one off. I still firmly believe that the monk cloth is my issue. I will be trying it out on my tufting cloth, and I'm really hoping that I'm gonna have better luck. We can only hope. But as far as testing out my gun and seeing how it works, I feel like I'm gonna stop this video here. I definitely got a good idea, way more of a handle from where we started to actually making shape, even though most of them are holes. Still progress. We're taking it. So if you got this far, thank you so much for watching. Lots of trial and error in this video. Gotta love that learning process. I hope this video was at least enjoyable, if not a little bit educational. I learned a lot. I will be leaving the finishing and backings up of these rugs for another video that will be coming up next week or the week after. I don't like to make promises, but soon. If you want to see these finished products, they will be up on my Instagram, or hopefully in an upcoming video. It was really fun bringing you guys along on this project, all my learning curves. I still have a lot more to learn, but I'm getting very excited with all the opportunities of things that I am thinking of creating, and I'm just excited to actually be able to start using the gun to not make holes, but make rugs. With that, until next time.